Hold on, my camera dirty. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell per usual on this good Tuesday evening. It is October the 21st, 2025, and it is currently 7:18 p.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. I had me a pretty okay day today, or whatnot. Just in case y'all be wondering, I wash my towel. I just like to keep the same color towel so it don't be no confusions or discrepancies in the bathroom. So just in case anybody was wondering, I wash this towel. Or whatever. But anyway, I'm here. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. A mighty, mighty. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. So there's a good man out here that somebody just did a good deed or something like that. There's a man who just did a good deed. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Mighty, mighty. I'm also seeing Tyler Perry in Mr. Deeds. So there's a man who did something. And it's making me think of my video earlier where I said there was going to be a man that really stood up for a woman that he loved or something like that. And he was going to tell the truth. I was picking up relationship wise, but I'm getting any type of relationship. I'm hearing grandfather as well. Grandfather, I'm hearing grandfather clock and grandfather, and it's making me think of my granddad. And that's so crazy because my sister inboxed me out the blue today, and I haven't talked to her since 2022. But she just said, hey, or whatever, and I responded, hey, how you doing? She asked how I was doing. I said, asked how they was doing, and, that was pretty much that. But my sister comes from my dad's side of the family, and it's making me think of my granddad. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man, mighty, mighty. Or however that song go. I'm hearing that or whatever. So somebody just did a good deed. And I'm hearing Mr. Deeds. But in the movie Mr. Deeds, let's see. Tyler Perry, he was about to marry a woman, Gabrielle Union, who was a beautiful woman, smart, successful and everything, but just wasn't the woman for her. But his mother didn't want him to marry or to date the janitor of his building, of the Mr. D's company. But he actually fell in love with her and her daughter. So maybe there's a man who was about to marry another woman of his caliber, let his family tell it, but he has decided that he doesn't want to marry this woman. He wants to marry the woman that his family didn't agree with, the woman who was considered to be poor or like the janitor. And in that movie, she said, my son always want to take on little projects, talking about the girl that he liked. And he eventually ended up falling in love with. He asked her to come with him to travel the world, her and her daughter. So I'm hearing that. I'm hearing somebody's a secret millionaire, secret billionaire, but I'm hearing millions, and I have the Michigan M on. So I'm hearing somebody's like a secret millionaire, and they want to take care of somebody, or they fell in love with somebody who doesn't have as much as them or something. I'm hearing like we don't have much, but they don't have nothing. So like they want to take in somebody, but this person, they do. They have whatever they need. They can do whatever they want. They're well off per se. They come from a well off family. I'm also seeing the TV show Greenleaf, which I haven't watched in a long time, but I used to watch that on Netflix when I lived in my house. And it was about a pastor and his family and all the crooked shit that they did with the church or whatever. Hiding deaths, hiding money, and all types of shit like that. So I'm hearing Greenleaf. Somebody is like, their family is like Greenleaf. Like very close knit, but very successful, but they have a lot of secrets. They do a lot of shady shit in the church house and, sweep it up under the rug. So I'm getting that. Somebody comes from a family of power and they take advantage of their power a lot, but they end up meeting this female who doesn't have nothing. So they thought she was powerless, but turns out she has a whole lot of power. which is making me think of myself, because remember I said in 2020 everybody who I knew was reading the 48 Laws of Power except me, because I couldn't get into it, but instead I ended up reading Infinite Possibilities. I'm hearing everybody thought you was the weakest link, but you turned out to be one of the strongest people. You full of power. You have a lot of power, Aaliyah. And this family that was full of power and authority have met their match in one little old you. And their son has fallen in love with you. So I'm hearing like Romeo and Juliet, which is reminding me of a few videos that I did that I titled Romeo and Juliet, that I titled Corruption in the Church Houses and shit like that, when it comes behind stolen money and life insurance and murders and things like that, and the pastors being affiliated with the drug dealers and the morgues and shit like that. I'm getting Greenleaf. But I'm also getting Tyler Perry, Mr. Deeds. Like, maybe this man, he comes from a family of power, but he's the one who's sweet. He's the one who's loving. His heart got touched by somebody else, and he just happened to be rich. And that's how it was. In Mr. Deeds, Tyler Perry came from a very successful family. He inherited his daddy's business, so he was very successful. And they felt like he needed to marry a successful woman, but he ended up falling in love for a woman who was poor, homeless, dealing with CPS, having no food. That's who he fell in love with, because she was her authentic self. And she brought joy, peace, and happiness to his life. And she caught his attention by asking him, do you even know how much a gallon of milk costs? Like, you don't even live in the real world. And he fell in love with her because she introduced him to the real world, into real love. And it showed him that life is not all about money, even though you definitely need it to survive in the world that we live in. But money doesn't have to be evil, and you don't have to have so much power over other people to be powerful. And that's what she taught him. So this is what's taking place right now. That this man that came from this wealthy, well-off family has fallen in love with someone other than the person who they intended for him to marry. And he did a good deed, is what I'm hearing. Like, he confessed to something. Because I'm hearing, these are my confessions. I'm also Mr. Deeds. He had to confess. Like, Mom, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry to call off the engagement, but we're not getting married. I want to go and travel the world. I want to go live my life how I want to live it. And granted, that hurts. It's what he wanted to do. And it made everybody happy. More successful. He did a good deed by being true to himself. Somebody is about to do a good deed by being true to themselves. By being true about who they are, who they actually love, what they want to do in life. These are my confessions. So yeah, I'm hearing that. But this person did a good deed. This person is like a businessman, or they know somebody. I'm hearing they know a lawyer or something. Somebody did something good in the court of law or for the justice system so that justice can be served. These are my confessions. So that's what I'm getting right now. What song I was singing? Oh, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Mighty. So yeah, somebody's very strong, very courageous, very brave, very mighty. They did something that they didn't even expect themselves to do. They shocked themselves as well as the world. And because they did this, now a whole new door is going to open up for them. True love, true happiness, true peace, without the weight in the world on his shoulders from nagging ass family. And, well, not to say it like that, but if you've seen the movie Mr. Deeds, then you know what I mean. He had a brother that just wasn't trying to come around, who wanted to control his life and tell him what to do, who wanted him to dog out females and shit like that. And he had a mama who was interfering with his love life as well. But he loved them dearly. And yes, he fell in love with the janitor, the cleaner, The lady who liked to dance around while she cleaned up. The lady who was homeless, sleeping in her car. The lady who CPS was called on her because they couldn't understand what was going on in her household, not knowing how much she loved her daughter and how much she was really trying. But shit just kept on fucking up and fucking up and fucking up. He fell in love with that woman. Flaws and all. Imperfections and all. Sins and all. And she taught him the real meaning of love. I'm hearing Ruth and Boaz. Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Ruth and Boaz, Jesus and Mary Magdalene. I'm also hearing Esther, the one who was considered the female to be at the bottom of the barrel out of all the options, turns out to be the chosen one. I'm hearing hidden in plain sight. He couldn't see her beauty. He couldn't see her worth. I'm hearing the Swan Princess, Derek and Odette, but I'm also hearing the ugly duckling. The ugly duckling turned Swan Princess. The bottom of the barrel, as he considered to be the winner. The one who survived. The one who kept their head above water. And that's who he fell in love with. And that's who he wanted to do good deeds for. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. And it takes a lot to admit that. It takes a lot of courage. I'm fumbling. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength, a lot of self-love. It takes a lot to take accountability for your actions and your own feelings and emotions. Especially when we live in a world where they make it seem like men don't have feelings and emotions. So yeah, Mr. Deeds, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. And because he did what he did, justice is about to be served for a whole lot of people. Not just him, not just this woman, but for a whole lot of people. So what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. And Tyler Perry's Mr. Deeds. That's the message. I was just getting that as I just came in here. Oh, I hope my sausages ain't burning because I had to put me on some sausages because I'm hungry and I need to go to the grocery store. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Well, I have to do that tomorrow. But I got something in there for us to eat right now and for breakfast, so that's cool. But I need to go to the grocery store in the AM. But yeah, what a man. Somebody did something so good, and it's about to be a tower, but it's about to be a great tower. I'm seeing the tower card as well as the death card, but I'm hearing the tower has fallen, the death has taken place, the death of people's egos, the death of all that negativity and shit like that. All of that has taken place, and that has been a tower for people. But now, since all of that is gone, and it's been a death to the negativity, now we can flourish. Now we can be fruitful. We can water each other's garden. We can grow crop and harvest. We can be successful. And I'm hearing I'm going to feed my whole team. We ain't going no fasting here. So yes, it's time. It's time. And now that other reading is making sense to me. Like, you will understand this after I'm gone. But people, they heard me say that and took it in a negative way. But I see all good things. All good things. And now I understand it. I understand, and I did that video about 5 weeks ago. It makes so much more sense to me now. So yes. And it's all love. It's all love. Yes, 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 yes. It's all love. It's all love. Oh, did I say I bought me some headphones, y'all? Because I was out and about today trying to handle just a little bit of business. I had just something I needed to run and do for a quick second. But as I was out, I needed my headphones. I needed to be able to answer my phone, and I wasn't able to, so I had to stop and get some headphones. So y'all can call me if y'all need to. But none of y'all don't need to call me for real. But I'm just saying, just in case you need to, I got my headphones now. which this probably like my 5th or something pair. So I got me this time I got the Bluetooth headphones that they got the neck piece that wrap around so I can dangle them from my neck. Because I'm tired of my granddogs eating my headphones. When I get them little buds, not AirPods, but any Bluetooth little buds like that, and they fall out, that's over. It's over. My granddogs been to snatch that bitch up and ate it up and everything, so I'm not getting those no more. I got me the kind that wrap around my neck, so all I gotta do is boop, pop it in. Hello? Can you hear me now? Good. So yeah. Yes. Yes. Anywho, I love y'all. Be safe.